live, type in #live, just so I know you're there and you're watching. And many of you watch the replays, so please type in #replay so I know that you've watched this video. This is about investing in property and creating financial freedom. This is for our Freedom Tribe. So if you want to invest in property, you want to create freedom, you should be watching this, so pay attention. But if you get offended easy and you're a snowflake, I suggest you switch off now because it's probably not for you.
My mate George here, he retired at the age of 37 by investing in property. Mate, I feel like I'm with royalty today.
I think George is a great mentor because he really does care. The George I know, I met him 3 years ago, he does care. That's why he does his work. So I can talk to you about cash flow and all those things. George is better at that than me.
Property guru George Markowski from Positive Property Solution joins us now. George, good morning to you.
How are you, George?
Okay guys, me and my team are about to go live, so make sure you grab your beverage of choice, sit down, and you're in for an amazing show.
Hello and welcome, Freedom Fighters.
Hello and Merry Christmas.
So this is our Christmas special. So look, if you can see us live, type in #live so we know you're watching. And for the people that are watching afterwards, you can type in #replay.
Fantastic. Welcome everybody. Welcome to tonight's Christmas special. Every year we do a Christmas.
Aren't we?
What's that?
Are we going to have a bit of fun tonight?
Absolutely. We always have fun. What do you mean, are we going to have fun? That's a given.
Great.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Now, did you want me to go through the stats and the wrap-up of the year to explain to everyone what's happening in the property market and what I predict for 2024? And then we can go have some fun?
Yeah, sounds great, George. Fantastic. Bring it on.
Okay, so, well, interesting. Melbourne house prices have been plummeting.
Interesting.
Look, it's funny because they're plummeting for two reasons. One reason is all the investors are getting out, but this is the funny thing. There's a lot of companies out there, and we know who they are, that will keep saying, buy in Melbourne, and they're doing all that sort of stuff in Melbourne, selling a lot of properties in Melbourne. And I predicted and said they were doing the wrong thing. They didn't know what they're talking about. And guess what? They talk about this due diligence and being special analysts and stuff, but they've actually got it completely wrong. And they've invested in a market that is dropping dramatically.
Wow. That's pretty shocking.
Yeah. So,
By what percentage is it dropped by?
look, it's gone down and the investors are getting out. So what's happened? The auction clearance rate's gone down and investors are getting out. They've had enough. They're forgetting. So what's happening? This is an interesting thing. Investors are getting out of a lot of markets, but especially Melbourne. And this is the time where a lot of investors are leaving the marketplace saying, no, we don't want to do this. Now, as you and I know, these investors that are selling now are right at the finish line just before the boom. And now they're selling. What's going to happen is interest rates have stayed the same. And Commonwealth Bank of Australia, CBA, they said the next move in interest rates is down.
Yeah.
Right? So in February 2024, right, they're thinking it may drop then as well.
And they've publicly announced that. When did they publicly announce that, the CBA?
Like this Tuesday.
Wow, so just this week. So there you go.
Yeah. So they've predicted that February there's going to be a rate drop. So a lot of people say it's going to stay the same until September 2024.
Bring on the rate drop.
It may or may not happen, but we're gearing up for interest rates to go down. Now, interest rates around the world have been going down, except for Australia. We're the only ones that haven't been going down.
Interesting.
Part of the reason is because we've got so much overseas immigration. Our inflation is a lot higher than any of our country, but it's artificial inflation. So what's happening? The economy is getting propped up and inflation's happening because we've got such a high number of people coming in.
Okay.
So what does that mean? Well, inflation, one, means it's going to end up in property, like it always does. So it's pushing property prices up, even though, so for example, at the moment, people are selling in Melbourne, property prices have gone down slightly in different areas. There's going to be a small dip, but the long haul, they're going to bounce back. But you want to try to avoid those dips if you can, but really you want to invest in the long haul. Right? So the investors are leaving Melbourne. Melbourne prices are plummeting, and they reckon they're going to go down quite a bit, right? The difference between units and houses is the biggest it's ever been now.
Right.
So people are paying a premium to live in a house or a townhouse compared to units. Now, I've been saying this for a long time. That
What about Sydney? I'm curious. Has it gone down in Sydney as well?
people are making a massive. Okay, so people are paying a massive premium in Sydney in order to get a house and not an apartment.
Yeah. So apartments have dropped.
Yes. In relation to houses, yeah.
Do you know
Right.
by what percentage?
Okay. Properties, detached dwellings, right, have gone up 67% in relative to units. Huge.
Yeah, that's massive.
Yeah. Look, I think the immigration may change that, but the fact of it is, units at the moment have really tanked out,
Yeah.
where they went up a lot. And this happens quite often. So what happens is when there's a market boom, the units catch everything and really just get rushed in with everything. Then when it drops, units drop first, expensive houses drop, the medium stuff, the stuff we invest in doesn't really drop because we're looking at the what do you call it, steak and vegetables, the bread of property. That's what we invest in. Right? So interesting about interest rates going down. And we've got the return of the liar mortgage now.
What does that mean?
Well, okay. 1 in 8 people getting a mortgage at the moment are lying in order to get finance because it's so hard to get finance. They've admitted
Return
it.
of the liar mortgage.
Yes. So 1 in 8 people, can you believe that?
I can.
They
Absolutely.
admitted they lied in the home loan thing. And look, I don't endorse it, but I don't blame them because it's so hard to get property and you've got to do whatever it takes. But that's amazing that many people are actually lying in their mortgage.
Yeah. Wow.
It's just
Well,
so-
as long as
it's
they
so-
can afford the repayments, that's the
That's
most
what I'm
important
saying.
thing.
What I'm saying is, I think you can't lie if you can't afford the payments. That's just stupid. But if
Yeah.
you can afford the repayments, I think being a little bit creative, I wouldn't say lie, but if you're creative, that's okay. Right? So that's interesting.
How did they collect that data and find out that 1 in 8 people?
They do surveys, anonymous surveys of people, and people respond.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's doing the surveys? The banks?
No, not the banks.
Okay.
Finder did this survey, so just an online thing.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, a lot of companies do
Independent
this.
party.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is the other thing. So dwelling completions has gone right down. We used to complete around 500,000 properties a year, but dwelling completion when we had what do you call it, population increase of 170,000 people, and we were building 500,000 properties at the same time to keep up with demand. This is what's happened after 2022. We've got 620,000 people coming, but we're only building 320,000 houses. So
Wow.
we've got less supply, more demand,
Yeah.
right? Dwelling approvals for building houses, units, and everything else like that has gone right down.
So we're going to see what's happening in England where they're renting out rooms. Do you think that's going to start happening in Australia?
Yes. So look, loans for purchase of construction of new homes has hit an all-time low. Like it's so low, it's lower than back in 2004. It's the lowest it's been in the last 20 years.
Is that because there's not enough builders in the game producing properties?
Talk about builders. They've got more insolvencies than any other sector in Australia at the moment. Construction. Also,
Wow.
looks like we're going to lose over 12,000 people in construction over the next 12 months because there's not enough building going on.
Right.
All right. This is fascinating, isn't it? Like, wow.
Yeah, it is. It's very fascinating to know that we could be having a similar situation to what they do in England, where they rent out the rooms. And yeah, it's just a little bit scary to know that there's going to be that many people in Australia without anywhere to live.
Well, housing construction is going to go right down in 2024.
When it should be going the opposite way. It should be
Yep.
ramping up and increasing to meet the demand.
Yep, yep.
So what's the government's plan to fix this problem?
Well, the government said they wanted to build houses, but that didn't work,
Right?
right?
Like as in public housing.
Yeah, they want to build public housing to help, but
Right.
public
Okay.
housing is never going to be able to fix the problem because the government is very inefficient and it costs them a lot of money to build something that's not very good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So what's the solution?
What's the solution? Okay, this is the solution. Property investors like ourselves and our tribe, Freedom Tribe, we need to keep building and buying properties and help everyone get a
Yeah. Well,
house.
it's going to be a super hot commodity because everyone's going to want somewhere to live.
The rental crisis is going to be the worst next year. It's never been this bad in history. So Australia's never had this rental crisis ever. Even during the Depression or anything else like that. Even during the Depression, people had somewhere to live. There's no
Wow.
problem at all. People had somewhere to live. Now they don't. So it's going to be tough. So I've given you all the bad news, but let me give you the good news, right? The good news is there's always a silver lining on every cloud. And basically, if you're an investor, now is the time to get ready and take advantage of the next boom. Everything is set up for the perfect storm, and it's going to be a massive boom. It's going to be huge.
Yeah. Well, that's going to catapult property prices to the next level.
Yep. And there's going to be two types of people next year. The people that listened to me and kicked ass and were so glad they did, and they made money out of property, lots of money. And then there's the people, like the people in Melbourne that are selling their investment properties, they're going to be losing money, and they're going to regret it. There's going to be winners and losers.
Yeah. Got to follow
So,
that buy and hold strategy.
So this is what I want to do for Christmas. I want to give away a free 10-year mentorship on our program. Who wants a free mentorship on our program?
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah. So can someone put the link in the chat? Actually, if someone wants to enter the competition, what I'm doing is I want to give away this competition. It's pretty cool. So type in hashtag free, and we're going to give you an opportunity to join our competition and win. Last competition we ran, put it this way, we ran a competition in November, and Lisa from Adelaide, she won the competition, and she flew to Bali with us. We paid for accommodation, her flight. She came along to a 2-day workshop, and it worked really well. So just so you know, we actually, when I do a competition, I actually pay out too. There's lots of little competitions.
Absolutely.
As well.
That's the whole point of a competition. There's got to be a winner.
But this is what
You've
I'm
got to
giving
be in
away.
it to win it.
I'm giving away a 10-year mentorship with me and my company, where you actually get to meet me in person, and I'm going to help you invest in property, right? Now, if you win this mentorship and you do what I tell you to do, you're going to be a multi-millionaire. That's what I'm giving away. I'm really giving away the opportunity to become a multi-millionaire. That's what
So
I'm
who
doing.
wants to be a millionaire?
That's right. Who wants to be a millionaire? If you want to be a multi-millionaire, you want me to help you. I've already since started teaching my techniques. Just to give you an example, I've helped over 2,500 Australians create wealth through property. And we calculated the other day, they've made around $1.1 billion in profit since I started teaching my methods.
So not bad.
Not bad at all. So
Pretty damn good.
I've helped create over $1 billion worth of profit in real estate in Australia.
Yeah, nice.
But I want to create 10 billion. So that's why I want everyone to join this competition. I'd like to give this away. I'm going to be announcing the winner next year. It's going to be a long competition over the holidays. And whoever does the work, this is the way this competition works. You go in there, you do the work, you'll get it. Now, for me to mentor you for 10 years, that's like a $40,000 program, right? 40 grand. And you're going to get that. But the 40 grand is not important. You know what's important? The millions that you're going to make, the passive income, and you being financially free, and you having FU money, so that way you can do what you want. Literally.
So let's make it hashtag millionaire. If you type hashtag millionaire into the chat.
Well, we've got hashtag free, hashtag friend. Let's just do it. Yep, hashtag millionaire.
Hashtag millionaire, hashtag free. Either one will work. We'll get you the information you need to enter that competition.
If you're already a member, you should join anyway, because you might be able to get something from one of your family members, or if you've got a 1-year membership, you get a 10-year membership.
The gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be doing a competition every 3 months and giving something away, because I like to give back.
We're going to start calling you Father Christmas, George, because you're just giving all these gifts away.
I love it. I really enjoy it. You know that. So it's great. So Christina, so now you can do the fun stuff, because I've done all the important stuff.
Well, my fun stuff was singing a Christmas song, but I think I already did that.
Well, you've got a good voice. Why don't you sing a song?
They told me pa-ra-pa-pum-pum. And I'm going to be doing some more fun stuff in our private group with our members.
Yeah.
And we're going to head on over to that group very soon.
Why do you do a Mariah Carey or whatever?
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Don't know who that is. Sorry.
Look, I got
Is that
no
like
idea.
a version of Mariah that ate too much curry? Mariah Curry?
Yep. So what I want to do, the people on other channels, people on YouTube, people on the podcast, come to the Facebook group, Australian Property Investors. Come here, join us, get in the live, type in hashtag millionaire, because I'd love you all to join the competition and get the opportunity.
A milli.
It's going to be great. And look, we're going to keep providing great info and education for all of our followers and fans.
Absolutely.
And the one thing I wanted to say is, look, 2023 was a tough year for a lot of people, but we made it through. And we've I've been very proud of our members that have gone through and made lots of money out of property, even during a hard year. But not only that, I just want to say thank you to all our fans, followers, clients, and tribe. And just want to send a big love from me and Christina to you all, because, you guys are our tribe. You are our tribe. And
Definitely. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting us. We really love doing what we do, and we're very passionate about helping people create financial freedom through investing in property.
But what I want to say is 2024, I want to open up the conversation and tell me what you want. What do you need? I want to help you more. Okay?
Right.
My goal is to find out, what do you really need? What's the one thing I can help you with to get you to the next level, to help you become financially free? Because my goal is to empower 10,000 Australians to create financial freedom through property. I've already got 2,500 people, so that means I've got 7,500 people I need to help.
We've got a few more spots to fill there.
I need to help a lot of people. I need to work hard. So I'm going to need everyone's help. Tell me help me help you to help me. Okay, thank you.
Going to be all hands on deck. Fantastic.
That's right. And I think our other live chat happens in 4 minutes. So we've got 4 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to be heading over very shortly.
Yeah, so
actually, it's starting in like 1 minute. So we've got about 30 seconds. So
we've got 2 minutes. I was going to tell everyone what our plans are. So we're in Bali.
Yeah, of course.
We're in Bali at the moment, and obviously we miss our friends and family in Adelaide, so we wish them a Merry Christmas. But we're going to be going to Singapore and staying at Raffles for New Year's. It's going to be fun. Then we're off to India.
We're still chatting about where we're going to be staying for New Year's, so we're still deciding.
Yeah. Then we're going to go to India. I know, because you wanted to stay at the Ritz.
I think we're staying in Bali, actually, but that's TBA.
Yep, okay. and then we're off to India. So then we're back to Adelaide mid next year. So should be exciting. We're going to do a bit of a tour around Australia.
Yeah, very exciting.
Okay, no worries. Let's get going. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed this year, 2023. Bring on 2024. We'll see you all on the flip side.
See you there. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.